Well, once again, it's the next morning. And it's about 12 hours now since I took the vacuum off of that and let the cactus juice soak back in. And I did add a little bit more afterwards because I noticed that the level was going down a little, and I was afraid that the tops of the blanks could start sucking air. And of course, if it does, the whole idea, the whole thing is kind of ruined. Uh, anyway, I think I could have probably done things different. I don't know if I can leave this thing running constantly. If you can, I'm gonna have to contact Robin Air and find out if it's okay to just let it run continuously for an hour or two. Because if you can, then it probably would have been a little bit more effective. But what I was doing was I was turning the valve on and off. I let it go down to maximum vacuum. Then I would shut the valve off, stop the pump, and I think if I had been able to leave it continuously running, it just might have worked a little better, a little faster. Because altogether I was fooling around with the vacuum for about 2 hours. And even after 2 hours, I noticed that there was little tiny bubbles slowly coming out of the ends there. But I would say probably 98% of the air that was inside those blanks has been removed. So the next step now is to take them out, wrap them up, put them in the toaster oven, and see if this works. And this is the first time for me, so it's going to be really interesting. Well, since I took that clip, I did phone Robin Air, and the person on the other end of the phone sounded like they knew what they were talking about. And he said that you could leave the pump running for 10 or 12 hours continuously, and then you'd have to stop it and change the oil. Well, I wish I knew that last night. Would have saved me standing here, turning the valve on and off. Next time. Live and learn, right? Yesterday I had experimented with this little toaster oven to make sure that it was going to be at 200 degrees. I didn't want to trust that dial. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're not. This time it was pretty well right on. I was surprised. Now, according to the manufacturer, you can pour back what you don't use. In other words, what is not absorbed into the wood. Now that's good. You're not wasting anything. You can't do that with the Envirotex. I found a couple of food containers that I think will work a lot better than that little parts tray. They're a lot more open at the top, and the bubbles will have a better chance of dispersing. And it'll work a lot better now, especially that I know I can let the pump run continuously. Well, the time got away on me. I didn't realize I'd left it in for about an hour and 45 minutes. Anyway, I don't think leaving it in too long will hurt it. I think that leaving it in too little will cause a problem. Anyway, we'll soon know. Now this is the piece that I'm actually the most interested in. I can hardly wait to cut it open and see if the cactus juice sealed up those cracks. And of course I'm kinda anxious to turn the other 3 pieces into pens.